I sometimes feel the need to perform being fun, and it's like I can't necessarily call it performing, because it's not like it's something which is super weird, because I am fun, but it just feels unnatural to me at times to be fun. Like, I have to force myself to be fun around strangers and people, because I have started to realize that, like, it's easier for people to open up, and just it's like they feel freer around people who are fun, and people who can crack jokes and make the environment silly and lighthearted, which is like a pretty good skill, I guess. And those people are good to hang out with, because like because they just have that good energy, and it's like that ball of sunlight almost, in a way. So people just want to be around that, right? Like, and also it helps everybody feel a bit at ease, because this person is bringing this light-hearted fun energy. So yeah, and it's just good for people to be around these people, and also like easier to talk with them, because you can literally talk about any random thing, and like you'll have a good time with them, basically, is what I'm saying. So for the longest time I've been trying to be that person, which I'm not, but I've always seen how society sort of prefers these people. Even like, I mean, I wouldn't say every particular job, because I have not done that, but in my experience, especially like the internship areas and people where we volunteer and all, only those people who were like fun and brought this light-hearted energy, they were given more opportunities, because firstly it was easier for the mentor to talk with them, and they sort of erased that professionalism which was required, and they just made everything like chill in a way. And so it's easier now for the mentor to even treat us in that way, like they can also be normal, their normal silly self in a way, almost, with like other interns, because of this person. So obviously from a hiring perspective, they would want a person like this on their team, because firstly they're fun to be around, and yeah, like they don't bring some extra baggage, they're just sort of easygoing in some ways. So yeah, I can see how even friendships, they prefer these kind of friends. Like, so like when I have experienced this, I wouldn't necessarily talk about a specific friendship, because I just will say generally, because that's what I've seen in most of the friends which I've had, or people who would consider me as their friend. They only necessarily liked that aspect when I was fun. I'm not saying that if I said something serious, then they would sort of be annoyed or anything. I'm not saying that they would do that or they would just abandon me then, but I'm saying they would prefer that side of me more, where I am, fun. And it's not a bad thing, but I'm not saying serious in the sense like just me telling about my baggage and things like that, because that's just one aspect, and obviously you don't want your friend to struggle and go through issues, right? But we all sort of do. But anyways, by serious I mean like conversations where we just discuss about things and life and things like that. And I always felt that I always felt like I'm wrong for this aspect because I don't know why, for some reason, around strangers, it's like only my serious side exists around them. Like, it was natural for me to just bring out that side of me, the serious side of me, for some reason. I don't know why. But it's not like I don't know I'm fun or anything, because I do know I'm fun because around my siblings, and if I get to be super comfortable around someone, which takes a long time for me to trust someone like that. And usually, like, it's like most people don't necessarily want to be that patient, and so they just accept me as I am. Like, they just accept that I am serious and that's all, which isn't the case. And I've been trying so hard to just be this fun person, because I'm like, I know I can be this when I'm like super comfortable around people. So if people actually just prefer this, why can't I just be that? Because it would firstly make me more likable, it would make me more friends, it would give me more maybe like work opportunities. So it just has a lot of positives from how I was seeing it. But somehow I could not do it, and I was just constantly trying to put myself in different situations where this was required, the fun thing was required, and I was not able to do that. And I've been trying for the longest time. And also, like, some friends I've seen, they prefer to talk with other people because they are more fun as compared to, let's say, me, because like talking to me takes hella effort. And I've been feeling like it's my fault for the longest time. Like, it's my fault for being this much serious or something. But now it's like I'm slowly realizing how wrong I was. Like, because it was almost like my body was resisting it for some reason, and I cannot go against my body no matter what I try. It is not a confidence thing or anything like that, is what I've realized. Because I thought maybe I will worry that they'll judge me, and it could be true. But it just comes naturally for me to just be serious around strangers. And by being serious, I'm not saying it's like a different side of me, it's still this particular side of me. Like, right now on YouTube, I am in a way being serious in that sense. Like, I am just talking about my thoughts and something like that. So I don't mind doing these things with strangers and telling them my thoughts. But when it comes to the silly and the fun side of me, I struggle to put that out in the world. I can still, I guess, somehow manage to put it out on YouTube, though I'm not doing it as much. But it's like, it still feels authentic to me. Basically, what I'm saying is, this serious side of me is not like something which isn't me, which just is temporary. Obviously it stays, but I'm saying that fun aspect of me just takes a longer while, and it's just taking me a lot of time to realize this, that I don't need to force myself to be fun. I just have to be myself. And now when I like approach people, I can approach them from just by being me. So even just by asking them some serious question or some genuine curious question, rather than trying to mold it into something fun, which I would always try to do, which always felt unnatural to me, because I would always try to be like, oh, I see they are gossiping about something, I feel like I have to do that, so now I'm gonna do that. And it just is super unnatural to me. Like, and obviously, like, gossiping is not a good thing to do in some sense, but like, I don't mind doing it. But I'm saying, like, gossiping for the sake of it, for the sake of conversation, or just telling some silly thing, cracking some joke for the sake of them liking me is just what I'm not gonna do anymore. And like, I guess I'm just gonna be okay with most people perceiving me as boring, because I feel like it's stupid for me to then try to justify it or be super fun around them and perform that shit just so they like me, and inside of me my body is forcing it, so it doesn't even feel natural. So then I eventually start to not like that person and make gradual distance, and then it's perceived as being weird, like what did we do wrong, like that person may feel that way. So it's like, it's better for me and also for the other person who is going to potentially be friends with me, for me to just be myself, however that is. And I always thought I was maybe being what's the word, yeah, I always thought I was sort of being a hypocrite by not showing both of my sides. Like, why am I struggling to show my fun side when I know that exists? So it's like, it's not being a hypocrite, it's just my personality, and I just have to accept it. Like, it just has different aspects, and some sides of me come naturally more easier. I know who I am fully. It's obviously both of these sides. And yeah, like, I just have to find people who make me feel comfortable enough to share, rather than some weird dynamics. Because like, in many of my friendships there were some weird dynamic thing going on, not in a toxic way at all, but yeah, like, it just makes me hard for me to do that, to bring out that side, and I'm sort of forcing it. So yeah, basically this video is just for maybe people like me who may also feel like they have to force their fun side just so people like them, or just so they have more friends, or just so they have more opportunities in work. It's like, it just feels draining, so I'm not gonna do that anymore. And I'm just tired of forcing myself or thinking like I was being wrong by simply being me. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore. And I hope that it helps people who are in the similar situation, that you don't need to do this anymore, because it's like stupid for us to just force ourselves to be something we are not. And we deserve more love, basically more warmth and more care than other people. And that's totally okay that it takes us that long to unlock a side of us, which is like totally okay. And I think the people who are worth staying, they will stay for that. And maybe it's a good thing, because it will help me filter out people anyways. By just being myself, I can filter out people who are supposed to stay in my life and who are genuine. But that also means that people who are genuine and who will eventually see that side naturally are just people who will stay for a pretty long while, I guess, or maybe forever, I don't know. But yeah, that's all. I'm not gonna force myself to be something, and I'm just slowly accepting myself as the way I always sort of was, and just making sense of things. And yeah, you shouldn't feel inclined to show every aspect of your personality to a stranger or to people whom you think that maybe I should be able to. But there is a reason why your body is not letting you do it. So yeah, I guess think about it rather than just forcing yourself to be in situations. So yeah, that's all. Bye. Take care.